All right, welcome to another video. Sorry I haven't been posting much. Haven't been feeling too well. I've had a headache and stuff, so I've just been kind of chilling out. But I want to do an opening of this cheap 1 point. I think it's an 1.5 inch shell. I'm gonna see how much lift is in there, and then see how much flash and all that they give you for your stars. Tear it out. I do want to open this guy. I was trying to pick one of the shells that I probably wouldn't care about the most. This is a 5-inch shell by World Class, the Excalibur shells, the Platinums. These are definitely heavy, so they probably do have close to 60. I'm gonna open one at some point. Now, a lot of people said that they paid like $60 for the pack of 24. I happen to pay 125 because that's the cheapest I can find. So with that being said, doing the math, each shell is about $5. So essentially opening one of these, you pretty much take it apart, and then if you can put it back together, that's good. If not, then you pretty much have a shell that you're just going to be saving the flash or whatever, and that's it. And you just burn that on the side. You can't really, use it in a shell, but I'll see if I can repurpose it and put it back together. Do what that flash looks like. Actually, let me just take this out and do it like this. It seems like it's gonna start falling apart. I don't know why. It just seems like on this one it's like clumped together versus it being an actual lift, like where you see granules. This one seems like it's just like black powder, which that's not good because that's not gonna create a really good lift. Yeah, see how it's like chunky, and like I mentioned, this shell is a little bit old, so it's probably gotten wet. So with the standard shell, you're looking at about 13 grams. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. 13 grams of lift comp. It's just simple construction of the way they do it. Now, you shouldn't open shells like this without having some sort of like a protector. And I have one inside, but I'm just gonna do it with this because I'm pretty comfortable with the razor blade and I'm not worried about cutting myself. So just wanted to mention that. So we take this guy apart, and then you'll see in here that it's got black powder that's loose, and then they put some sort of, I forget what they use, but they put some sort of like a slurry in there, and it dries, and that helps ignite that quick fuse or that timed fuse, and then it's pretty much, it's spun off like that. So this is like a mushroom type thing. I can see where they didn't really put this guy together all the way. Usually the paper shell is all one. This is two different pieces. Yeah, see? So this guy doesn't have anything in it. It was pretty much an empty top piece. Everything is in here. Definitely can feel that there's something in there. I'm trying not to spill out the contents of the actual stars, which there it is right there. Of course, this guy turned off. Get this guy back on. So I don't know if you can see that. Make sure my camera's picking that up. You can see right here where it's the clay. I'll kind of knock that out a little bit. There's your time fuse. You got the brown clay. I'm trying to get most of that out if I can without spilling out the stars and stuff. So I see little baby stars in there. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to repurpose these by putting them into a tiny little Roman candle, and then I'll just fuse it. So that's one way I'm going to try to keep these little tiny baby stars, and I can get a good use out of them. Yeah, that seems about what it is. So you see in there, it's like a plug, tiny little hole, and then in the little middle of that, you can feel that there's stars and stuff in there. And then the outside is just clay. I thought it was like whistle, but I don't think it is. You can definitely tell that's just the clay plug. Then in here you see that there's flash mixed with some stars, and that's pretty much it. And that's the inside of the shell. If you can see that, it's just a little clay plug, and then here's your star mixture. So for this guy, they only put in there 5.1 grams of stars and flash comp, so that's not actually that much, and that's why these stars are cheap because they don't put anything in them. I just want to make sure I was tared out to 0. Yep, and it is. Let me just make sure to get the right weight. Yeah, 4.9, around 5. So that's all it is. And then you can see in there how small these stars are. And these are like color changing. So what I might do, it's kind of windy and the rain is kind of crappy right now, but I can light one of these stars off and let's see how it looks. If it's red or green, or hopefully not just a crackling, which looks like it could be a crackling. But anyways, that's it for this one. I just wanted to show you what was inside these cheap these cheap shells and how they make them. And it's all it is really a shell with paper. You put a lot of that gum tape around it. Get yourself a long fuse, some stars, some flash powder. These only use a little bit of flash and black powder. And then they use a couple grams of lift, which for sure these cheap shells are not going to be going up to 150 feet or anything like that because they break way early. I see them. So that's pretty much all they do is they put the clays in there and a little bit of powder, and that's pretty much what gives you your weight is these. But anyways, like I said, that's it for this one. Just stay tuned for this video coming up for me opening this guy. I'm gonna get around to it because I think that one has a lot more powder in it and it's probably a lot better built than these guys. But at least you guys can see what's inside these cheap little shells. All right, well, just stay tuned and I'll be putting out the other video pretty soon. Thanks for watching.